Scouts, cool. You know, I talk a lot about the psychos here and how there's a lot of fucking weirdos. But there's also a lot of good people. Like, I know a lot of good people. I've met a lot of good people. It's just that I usually don't talk about them because I think being normal and respectful and otherwise what would be considered good should be the default setting for people, and shouldn't really be something that you hey, guess what, I met some person today that acted totally normal and was really nice. I mean, you know, that's just how it should be. So I don't often talk about all the good people I meet here, but there are a lot of good people here. Good, like just normal, friendly. I have lots of conversations with people during the day. Like if you watch my videos, you'll see me occasionally stop and say hi to someone. So I always kind of, it might seem like I'm always dogging the place, but as many psychos as there are a lot, there's more good people. And it makes me kind of think about how the farmers in their weird fantasies of what would happen if they decided to pull the rug on society, so to speak, if they do a grid down kind of thing, or if they decide to pull the rug in some other way, like they're trying to do food shortages and stuff. They have this idea that were that to happen, that people would go like absolutely insane and eat each other. I don't think that would happen. I think they'd like it to happen, but I think they're projecting their own wickedness and evil and selfishness onto everybody else. They just assume that that's the default way people would be. But I think you'd see a lot more people willing to help each other and try to get through whatever the crisis is. I know I would, and I know a lot of other people that would. I don't think people would immediately start forming posses to fucking rape and eat each other. I mean, some would, sure. You know, you have that element. You know, some would now, if given the chance. But it's much fewer than those who would break those people's legs if they caught them. You know what I mean? I think people want, ultimately, what's in the best interest for their neighbors and their community, because it keeps things stable for themselves and their family. You know, people have a lot more of an interest in trying to keep things stable in their own areas before they would want to form posses who just go out to kill and rob. But the farmers think that that's what is certain to happen. Like the fucking, the Joker scenario. Like everyone would eat each other. I don't think that's true. I'd love to see the reaction, when they realize that that's not what is happening. And maybe, without them, people wouldn't just survive and get through whatever it is they tried to cause. But people might get through it, survive, and even thrive without them. And then you wouldn't need them. And then they would become a non-issue. They don't think about that because in their minds they couldn't conceive of that kind of goodness and regular humanity, because there's good people out there that would help each other. I don't think it would turn into the road immediately like they think. They don't think much of us, obviously. I think they'd be surprised. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.